Senate sends $36.5 disaster relief bill to Trump. The Senate easily cleared a disaster relief bill on Tuesday, sending the legislation to President Trump's desk. Senators voted 82-17 on the House-passed measure, which includes help for the response to a string of wildfires and trio of hurricanes. Each of the 17 no votes came from Republicans, including Sens. Bob Corker, Tennessee, Jeff Flake, Arizona, and Mike Lee, Utah, among others. Senators rejected an uphill bid from Senator Rand Paul, Kentucky, to include an offset that would pay for the more than $36 billion in funding. You'll find often that it's easy to be compassionate with someone else's money. But it's not only that. It's not only compassion with someone else's money. It's compassion with money that doesn't even exist, money that's borrowed, Paul said during a speech from the Senate floor. The bill, which passed the House earlier this month, would provide $36.5 billion to fund hurricane relief, a flood insurance program and wildfire recovery efforts in the West. Ryan, tax bill coming next week. Speaker Paul Ryan, R. Wisconsin, detailed the House's timeline on tax reform Tuesday, saying Republicans will pass the Senate budget on Thursday, unveil their long-awaited tax reform legislation next week, and send the bill to the Senate before Thanksgiving. The Speaker laid out that ambitious timeline during a closed-door meeting of House Republicans in the basement of the Capitol, according to sources in the room. House GOP leaders have decided to take up the fiscal 2018 budget resolution that the Senate passed last week. Approving that budget will allow Republicans to fast-track their tax reform plan without needing to secure any Democratic votes in the Senate. Passing the budget this Thursday will provide for us the runway to take off on tax reform, as the Speaker indicated, with a landing pad by the end of the year on the president's desk, said Representative Tom Reed, RNY, who serves on the Ways and Means Committee that is writing the tax bill. Reed and other Republicans on the same committee will hold day-long meetings Tuesday and Wednesday in the Longworth building to hash out more of the details of the tax plan. House conservatives prepared to defer to Senate tax plan. House conservatives say they're prepared to take the Senate version of a tax reform plan over their own in order to move forward with the legislation. "I see us taking it," said Representative Matt Gaetz, R. Florida, at a conversation with conservatives event in the Capitol Tuesday. "If you look at every major issue that comes before the 115th Congress, we do what the Senate wants. Long live the Senate." Members of the House GOP have loudly complained about the Senate's inability to pass major legislation, stalling their agenda. Gaetz said that the House would have passed nearly any health care bill the Senate was able to muster in the Obamacare repeal debate and was prepared to vote on the atrociously bad Senate version of the budget this week because it was all the Senate could muster. While some conservatives dislike aspects of the Senate plan, Gaetz said most are willing to adopt it to accomplish their legislative agenda rather than send their version back to the Senate, where it will stall.